Imagine a world where you can go wherever you want and still make your daily income. A world where you can buy a van and travel across the entire country and see everything the world has to offer. Today I'm going to be telling you everything I know about being a digital nomad and what it takes to get there. Alright, so I made this list. Basically, the basis of a digital nomad is being able to make money and being location independent. So those are the two qualifications that you need. You need money and you need to be able to be location independent. Now, there's two ways to make money. You can either be an employee or you can be an entrepreneur. And so here, let me show you this chart actually in full. Employee, entrepreneur, two ways to make your money. And you can be location bound or you can be location independent. Now, if you want to be a digital nomad, I recommend you do not be an employee. It is still possible, right? But today I'm gonna show you how to do it without being an employee still, because that doesn't sound like fun. Who wants to be an employee? Not me. So, here, let me show you this. If you were a location-bound employee, you would be something like someone I am currently, which is a server. I'm a server today. I'm on my way trying to stop being a server. Another example of this would be a doctor. Yeah, it's a lot of school, and you're still gonna end up being a location-bound employee if you become a doctor. This is probably the worst place to be, in my opinion. It's something I don't want to do for the rest of my life, and this is why I'm trying to escape this. Now, if you come down a little bit, you're gonna be location-bound entrepreneur. This is cool, it's a little bit cooler. Probably a step better than location-bound employee, because at the end of the day, you're an entrepreneur and you can set your own hours, you can make your own money. Stuff like this would be a plumber, or what my dad does, he's an HVAC technician, or he owns his own HVAC company, which is like AC and cooling, working on your air conditioner and all that. Now this is cool. I would say this quadrant is miles better than this quadrant. So at the end of the day, we all want to escape this quadrant. Now, let's look at location independent. So location independent would be any of these work from home jobs that really blew up during the pandemic. So that would be like a work from home call center. And this job got really popular during the pandemic because they realized they didn't have to pay much overhead. I mean, people are gonna be paying their own overhead working from home. All we have to do is supply phones, a desk, and a computer, and boom, you get to work. Another one would be a software engineer. This can be work from home because, you know, you kind of just do whatever you want as a software engineer. You design and create everything that needs to be done on your own terms. This one's pretty cool. I like this one. This is a route that I considered for a very long time. Honestly, these two are probably pretty equal. This one is location independent, but you're an employee. This one is location bound, but you get to set your own hours. So these two are kind of like the middle part. So these guys are cool. I'll put a star for both. Now down here is where I want to be. It's where I've been in the past, and I'm gonna come back to it. So I used to be a freelance photographer. Freelancer. That's the first step into location independent, or the first pathway, because it's not a step. You can be whoever you want to be. You can be anyone down here. Now the second one is going to be a content creator. That is the path that I'm currently trying to pursue, and it's something that I think a lot more people should pursue. And then the last one down here is going to be startup. So this is anyone who wants to create an app or create a website or something, like Be Real as a startup. You look at a Sponge Daddy on Shark Tank, that's a startup. So the goal for us is we want to be right in this quadrant. You want to be a location independent entrepreneur. That's who I want to be. And that is the requirement to be a digital nomad. Alright, now that I explained to you the 4 quadrants, I'm going to explain to you a zoomed in image of quadrant number 4 and how I see it. So I made this chart. What this entails is the positives of your pathways. So you have quadrant 4, we have the 3 pathways: freelancer, creator, and a startup. So The reason why freelancer is so appealing and a lot of people can become digital nomads very fast is if they take this path, this would be something like a video editor or a freelance photographer or anything similar in that book, right? Something online, a digital product usually. This is trading time for money, but you can get paid today. And like I said, it is in quadrant 4, so it is location independent still. Now you look down here and you have a startup. Startup would be something like Facebook, right? Mark Zuckerberg was at Harvard University. He created the website once and now it's working for him every single day. That's what we call leverage. Dude doesn't have to spend his day still working on this every single day. He can outsource it. Content creator, same deal. You put the investment in for the first 2 years of your channel, and whenever you're able to get monetized, you are, and you can automate your entire channel by hiring an editor, hiring a copywriter, hiring an upload manager, all of the above. So this one is, the downside is time for money, but the upside is you can get paid today for doing something like this. Alright, so there is a little bit of mixing also when you think about it. If you were a video editor, which is something I do recommend if you want to follow this path, you could go down the route of, hey, I'm tired of spending my time for money. What I'm going to do is I'm going to start a video editing agency. And any content creator that needs a video edit, you can say, hey, I know a guy, let me connect you guys, I'll get my share. Another way you can go about it is there's a lot of YouTube channels that are faced as YouTube channels, and it is because the person who owns the channel doesn't write, doesn't edit, doesn't shoot, nothing. All they do is find the people, pay them hourly, they move forward. They upload their video, they get their money. These are known as faceless YouTube channels. There's a whole lot of them out. I'll put one on screen right here. And that person, whoever runs it and owns it, they probably have 5, 10, 30, 40, 50 YouTube channels, probably pumping out 100 videos a day coming from that one owner. But they're more business oriented. And then you could also look at a startup. I used to follow Lumberland on TikTok. This was a huge TikTok account. Recently they stopped posting, but their content creation team was really popping off, and they made, like, I think baseball mugs. That was the startup, but because they were able to grow their audience so big, they did kind of mix in the content creation atmosphere. These are just how the 3 sort of pathways interact, and you can find yourself any little portion of that. You can find yourself there. Now that I've sort of explained the path to you, I encourage you guys to go out and figure out which way you want to move forward. The reason why I'm explaining this video to y'all is because this is something that I've been pretty passionate about and working towards for maybe like the last year. If you learned something today, I encourage you to subscribe, and if you want to learn how to make logical decisions, go ahead and click this video right here and it'll take you right to that.